Hello Cules, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. Welcome to my match review of Atlético Madrid's 1-0 victory over Barcelona in La Liga. It's another bad defeat for Barcelona, another, 3 points dropped, and for Barcelona, not exactly looking good right now. Certainly a lot of negatives out there. So much going wrong right now, it is honestly infuriating, and we're going to be discussing it all in today's video and of course in the upcoming videos. As always, lots to discuss. Another bad defeat, and a boring one at that. So without any further ado, let's start with Ronald Koeman's team selection for this fixture. Maybe raised a few eyebrows. I think overall people were probably happy with it. We know there's no Ansu Fati, so Pedri has to start on the left now. I think the thing that people were mainly angry about was seeing Sergi Roberto at right back instead of Serginho Dest. That just seems to be the way now, guys. I said that in the preview of the game. And other than that, not too many surprises really. Look all over the pitch. And there wasn't exactly anything from Barcelona. Messi and Griezmann did very little to nothing for the whole game. Pedri again got swallowed up really on that left-hand side, and we were definitely missing Ansu Fati out there. I didn't think Pjanic and De Jong were bad in midfield, to be honest, so I suppose that's a positive if you like. Lenglet also I thought was quite solid at the back, but of course, Piqué got injured, Roberto got injured, and it just adds on to even more misery for Barcelona. But if we get started with the match action and how things looked for the large majority of the game, I think Barcelona didn't start badly. At least we had a bit of rhythm in our game. We had a good chance for Antoine Griezmann. It would have been a spectacular goal, but at least he got in at that front post, and that was after a good pass from Dembele. I thought Dembele in the first half, probably our most dangerous player, and the same can be said for the rest of the game, really. In a game of little chances, at least he is the sort of man that can go past a player, and to think that he maybe wouldn't have even started before kickoff is unbelievable, because wow, against that Atlético Madrid block, Dembele is the sort of player you need, and we could have done with Ansu Fati out there also, because it's so hard to break them down. But down the other end, they actually created a few chances themselves. Saul had a great effort saved by Stegen very early on within the first 5 minutes also. Same goes for that Griezmann chance that went just over the bar for Barcelona. And it was actually about the 10th minute where Atletico hit the crossbar. Good football, good switch of play. Marcos Llorente got in, who of course has a way more advanced role under Simeone these days. He hits the crossbar. But other than that, look, there were probably a few half chances for the rest of the half, but it was pretty stale football. It really was, guys. There's nothing to shout home about, and I want to say this throughout the whole review. It's typical away to Atletico Madrid. It really is. And we spoke about in the preview of the game that, hey, Atletico, maybe they come out a bit more, they play a bit better football, they can hurt you going the other way, but they were right, camped in their shape for large parts of tonight's game, and that makes it impossible for Barcelona, and for most teams also. Look, I'm not defending Barcelona's performance. I thought we were completely lacklustre, absolutely naff in the final third, nothing going for us, no movement, no invention, no way near good enough for a Barcelona team that wants to be winning La Liga. But Atlético Madrid, they do what they did best, guys. They absolutely do, because you look at their system, the way they line up, and it was just spot on again. No gaps, pressure on the ball, no space to do absolutely anything for Barcelona, and there's no real way you're going to get through it. I'll say it that way, because look, there just isn't. It was an excellently well-devised game plan again from Simeone out there. He clearly had his players drilled in the right way, and it wasn't absolutely amazing from Atletico. They didn't exactly attack very much at all. Same can be said for us. Quite a dull game. I think we can all agree, a bit of a ball fest. But at the end of the day, the perfect game plan, and I say that because they'd been camped in their half for the large part of the first half, absolutely for sure, and of course, once they got their goal, they were going to be even further back in their own half in that second half, but they got their goal in absolutely bizarre circumstances, because this just cannot happen. You look at full time now, guys, we've lost this game by 1-0, and this is the goal that went in, and this is the sort of stuff to keep you up at night, because look, we've got a lot of players high up the pitch, and that is the way we play. I don't know why Piqué's that high up. We know Roberto and Alba are high up on each side, of course, they're both very high up, and of course, Alba, he was a little further back with Lenglet for this attack, but it was actually Piqué and Sergi Roberto up the other end of the pitch. And they won it back in midfield, and I think it was Angel Correa who plays a long ball over the top to Carrasco running onto it. Only seconds left of the first period, guys, and Ter Stegen comes rushing off his line. He doesn't get the ball. Carrasco's got a tap in from about 40 yards out. He whips it into the empty net, and Barcelona go in 1-0 down at half-time. And this is a disaster, guys. For all the things we've just been saying, Atletico, how well their game plan worked today, it just gave them the game on a plate, guys. It was already a frustrating game. We know it's a pain in the arse coming here. We know it is. But to give Atletico a goal on the stroke of half-time like that, it does not help your cause. I'll tell you that for free. So for Barcelona, a nightmare is what I'd say going into the half-time. Very little going forward, of course, for us. As we know, Atletico in their block, in their shape, very conservative again today, and we gifted them a goal. A stupid ball over the top because our defenders were way too high up the pitch, and Stegen cannot come that far off his line, and ultimately we've lost the game by 1-0, and that's the goal that we've lost it by. And I think if you take a look at that second half, you were maybe hoping for a real response from Barcelona, something going the other way, but I think there was a general consensus around all us fans that just wasn't going to happen. Look, it's hard enough to get Atletico at 0-0, which I think a commentator said. Never mind when they're 1-0 up. They love that. Something to bite onto, something to hold onto, and we just gave Atletico the game today. Of course, they played well, they had their system perfectly well thought out, and you know what, fair enough to Simeone, he's got his first win against Barcelona in La Liga, but Barca didn't challenge them in the second half. It was actually probably Atletico who had the better chances in that second period. Not many, granted, it was a real stale game, I will say that for large parts of it, but nothing from Barcelona. We made some subs here and there. Coutinho came on, of course Braithwaite and Cal came on in the latter stages also to try and, you know, maybe give something to Barcelona in the final third, but again, very little. Messi barely got on the ball. You look at that midfield, was it really doing enough? The fullbacks never had any space to get in behind. Just that wall from Atletico there, set up to perfection, and Barcelona had absolutely zero answers to it. I want to talk about now, though, the injuries, though, which could be even more detrimental to Barcelona, because, of course, it was a stale game. We haven't got our goal. We haven't played well enough. We've gifted Atletico a goal and 3 vital points in the La Liga title race. But we've got even more injuries, guys. You already look at how light we are at centre-back right now. Well, guess what? Piqué has joined that list of injuries because he has got a bad injury here. We don't know how long he's going to be out for, but I think it's fair to say when he was off there on the verge of tears, it doesn't exactly look good there. Gerard Piqué on the verge of tears on the sidelines. It's not a pretty sight. It's not good news for Barcelona, and right now you do wonder what on earth is going to happen at centre-back. He's our leader at the back. Yes, we can play De Jong there next to Longley, but it's injury after injury, and it's, again, the poor squad planning, which we know. We know about Bartome's legacy. He's got it stamped all over the club, all over this season for sure. And we are weak at the back right now. We lose Piqué in the latter stages. We lose Roberto. Look, that probably isn't the end of the world. We've got Dest to come in at fullback, but it's still numbers, guys. Roberto's someone who can play right back. He can play midfield. He can play in most areas of the pitch. And if we're losing even more players, guys, on top of Ansu Fati, we know Titi can barely play football anymore. Araujo's injured. It's just not good news. And I don't really know what else to say for the rest of the video, guys, other than, look, we are badly behind in La Liga now. Atletico Madrid have a 9-point lead on us after 8 games played each. They've, of course, now got the head-to-head record. Simeone's got his first win over Barcelona in La Liga as a manager of Atletico Madrid, of course. And look, for Barcelona, we're far behind in La Liga. We've got injuries. The squad is a bit depleted. You look at Ronald Koeman right now. He doesn't exactly have a lot of fans, it's fair to say. I try and back the guy, but it's just not looking good. We've had a bad start to the season. We've had some nasty fixtures. I don't know whether the league had planned that, so we had this nasty start, and we're not exactly going to pick up many points in it. But that is what happened. We've suffered. We've dropped some big points, and we've got a massive catch-up job to do here. Just in general, looking at the season, guys, with so many players missing, playing like that, are we going to win La Liga? I think it already looked unlikely, but after losing today's game, it looks even more unbelievably unlikely for me, guys. Look, I won't say it's over because you just cannot say it's over when there's 30 entire games left to play. We've only played 8, guys, but I think if we're being realistic, if we're being smart and not just being completely deluded, you would have to say that La Liga is essentially done now. And that feels a bit stupid to say in maybe the only 8 games played, but I think we all are realistic about this. You look at Barcelona's past La Liga wins. Have you ever seen a start like this and us go on to win the title? I personally haven't. I wouldn't put it past, modern football now. It's crazy these days, especially without fans. But look, Barcelona, massive points dropped. To leave on a positive, if there are any, we've got a nicer run of fixtures. Of course, there's not really anything nice in these days in modern football. Plenty of hard games, plenty of teams who will put men behind the ball, make things hard for us. But we won't be playing against any, let's say, Champions League candidates at least. We're looking at Cadiz, Osasuna, even Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League, Ferencváros, also Levante. You've got Valencia around Christmas, Eibar. So it's a little bit nicer. Valladolid. These aren't the teams we've been playing so far. If I can leave you guys with at least something to go to bed to a little bit happy with, then it's that. Can Barcelona build a rhythm? Can we build our best team? Can we get Messi back on form? I know these are all big questions right now that we don't really know the answer to. And look, what I will say is that I hope the future's bright. I hope Victor Font can come in as president and make the right changes for this club. It was poor tonight. It really was. And there's no point looking that far in the future. But we've got a nicer run of games coming up. We've got bad injuries for sure. But I think the team is capable. De Jong at centre-back isn't bad for me, especially not against weaker opposition. We can dominate some games. We just need to win what we can now. We're not in a good spot. We know that. We've got games coming up that we can win. and let's just see if we can win them. And that is now where I'm going to end this video. Please leave all your thoughts down below. I'll be getting back to you guys there, replying to your comments as always. And yeah, if you have any thoughts on that game, I'm sure you guys have plenty of grievances about that match. Also, I'm sure a lot of you guys will notice no Ricky Puig again today. What on earth happened there? Surely now with so many injuries, he can get more opportunities in the midfield. We'll just have to wait and see about that, guys. But yeah, leave all your thoughts down below. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. And yeah, that's where we're going to end it, guys. Another bad day at the office for Barcelona. Onwards and upwards, I suppose. Let's hope we can win some matches in the future. Until then, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.